Hey everyone, it's me Adrian.
They will run
Back
when they see
now
us.
after the new patch with a new build that most of you probably already play, based on rapid fire, and from my point of view is based also on the amount of hatred that you can stack up, the hatred regeneration. As you can see, I got 9.63. Well, depends with the manticore. I can go to 1093 with wind force if you want to go with a wind force, or same with a calamity. Also, you can go a little bit higher if you get the Templar as well. You can go up to 12. But I usually prefer the Scoundrel because it's just that DPS boost, and it's a lot more helpful than the Templar. Well, my skills are I use grenades because they regenerate my hatred a lot faster than any other primary attacks. Caldrops with crit chance for the slow and also for the extra damage. The shadow power is the main thing that goes around the build. Vault with reduced discipline because you just need to cut the costs on the discipline as much as you can. A companion with hatred regeneration. I find that very useful, a lot more useful than Mark IV Death, let's say. And the rapid fire with bombardment rune, because you're gonna see it does a lot more damage, and it has also a nifty trick. Every hatred consumption spell has that nifty trick, but this one is like, it applies better to it than anything else. Night Stalker for the discipline regeneration, because you're gonna be in tight situations and you need to vault out, or Caltrop, or even Shadow Power. Vengeance for the extra hatred. You're gonna regenerate hatred also from the globes that you find underground, and it's good if you can stack, let's say, 2 items with pickup radius. If you have like 12 or 14 pickup radius, you should be very fine. And the archery, you can use other skills. If you use Manticore, if you prefer Manticore, then I suggest Call the Weak, because you're gonna be in front of the monsters and steady aim ain't gonna be that useful for you. But I like to play this build with a Calamity. I just prefer the Calamity a lot more in front of let's say a Manticore or Wind Force. These are shits anyway. I just bought them out the market just to show you the hatred regeneration. Okay, I'm gonna go die now just to explain to you something. Make it fast.
You're an interesting
Let's
one, aren't
find
you?
some
I wonder
mobs.
if your friends know what you truly are.
What are you babbling about?
Perfect. Okay, so you'll see I have Shadow Power up, but I'm gonna die. Why did that happen? Well, because of the mechanics of the character. Think of it as a board game. I wouldn't call it an exploit. I would call it actually more like a mechanic of the hero. It goes like this. When you're playing a board game, you can have a move that has some buffs on it, like upgrades. You can use other cards to upgrade that move. So let's say I channel rapid fire. while I channel rapid fire, I have a buff. I don't have any buffs on me. If I'm channeling it, while I'm channeling it, if I apply shadow power, that shadow power doesn't apply to
My
that rapid
hatred is
fire.
too low.
Because it just doesn't it just isn't part of that connected move, let's say. If I shadow power and then rapid fire, then I'm gonna regenerate my life from shadow power even after the shadow power is consumed. Let's just show that. Let's find mobs first. Here we go. Place this shadow power and then rapid fire. As you can see, my rapid fire is gone, my shadow power is gone, but I also get the health back. From globs, from the buffing of the shadow power, and yeah, that's basically about it. As long as I have hatred to spam rapid fire, I can stay alive and be pretty much okay. I also took like 3 arcanes and survived. You can't tank these motherfuckers, just run away. Molten as well, I can stay in Molten without any problem. It's not like you have a lot of mobility, but
Do you want more?
if you move like 1 inch at a time, then it's okay. If you get knocked back, then your channeling of the spell is like considered over and you lose that buff. You lose your gained shadow power on the rapid fire, let's say. So you gotta be careful with that. I'll be back in a second. I'll re-equip fast and I'll be back right in a second with a build that I think... Oh, okay. Let's do this first. Well, this is for single player if you like to play solo. But if you wanna go in party mode, and I really suggest you try partying a lot more, because it gives you that boost from a lot more people from the party joining, magic find and gold find, and that's useful. That's like bonus or extra bonus from what you were having previously from the patch. And yeah, if you go for party, then you let someone else tank the creeps, you get the distance, and then I suggest you go for preparation with restored hatred, punishment rune, go for that, and for secondary just throw away vengeance and go for steady aim, because you're gonna be taking a distance, let's say. And mobs here, you spam this, put Calrops up, and that's basically about it. If you encounter anything, just shadow power, spam everything. You ran out of if you run out of shadow power, hatred, just press preparation and you're back up.
Discipline.
That's basically about it for this build, but I got an extra thing to show you. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back, and this time we're gonna go partying. And we're gonna go the bridge keep, cause a lot of people do the bridge keep. And the build I wanna show you is not the most efficient build at all, but I find it the most funny and the most enjoyable. Quiet people. Wow. Let's show the skills, as long as the people stay here. Gas grenades, the last one this time, because I just want an AoE build. Caltrops with the extra damage, cause extra damage is fucking awesome. The same shadow power, cause that's the best. Vault with reduced discipline again. Spike trap this time with echoing blast. Preparation with backup plan, and I hope you got a lot of luck for that backup plan. Steady aim, cause you're gonna keep a distance, and custom engineering for extra spike traps, and vengeance for that that nice hatred pool. And basically we're just gonna spam a lot of these. Fuck. Didn't think I'm gonna encounter this much lag. Well, and then the gas grenades, if you get into trouble, you shadow power and you get your life back. Spike traps, as long as you have your hatred, you can also go and take globes. You need some pickup radius for this build, but I guarantee you it's fucking awesome. And you pick up the globes and in a second you'll have your hatred back up. You can go plan the battlefield ahead of the... oh fuck. That was nasty. Maniac. Ahead of the team and just set up your traps. But the main idea of the build is to do a lot of AoE, and if you get a party with a monk, I don't have a monk in this party, but if you get a party with a monk that sucks in the creeps, then that's like even more insane. And I suggest you go for the MP that you are most capable of I don't know, encountering your creeps. Also for the first build, if you get one shot on MP10, then that's not the place for you. Then you shouldn't do MP10, because dying and recovering and going back into the fight takes a lot more time than actually staying in the fight on MP4, let's say, or MP5, and just killing there and then restarting a new game and getting then better items and shit. It's a lot more comfortable to do that than to actually go on MP10 when you don't have sufficient gear and just try to manage with that. It will just hurt you more. Well, that was about it. That was everything I wanted to show you. Hey, Asmodan. Well, I hope you like the new things that you can do in 108. The nifty trick about rapid fire also applies here. If I shadow power and then put my traps on the ground and my shadow power is gone, but the enemy walks through those traps, then I get my life back. Because I used them, I put them on the ground the moment I had shadow power, so these traps here have the shadow power buff on them. As long as I got enemies walking through these things, then I'll get my life back. A lot, like, I don't know, 40k HP every tick, and that's like a lot to get you to full health. Well, as a last word, I would say that for the rapid fire build, you should have enough resistance to take one shot. If you can take one shot and still have, let's say, a quarter of life on MP10, then you can do MP10. You can keep your life full up and running, as long as you can take like one shot and survive to get your health back up. For the second build, the one with the spike traps, I recommend you use a manticore with a ruby and an emerald in it, because you should maximize that spike trap damage a lot, as much as possible. Also use Stone of Jordan and Natalia's chest with spike trap damage if you can. And for a last note, I still suggest that the last build, the grenade build that I used in 107 to farm MP10 for 150k DPS is still the best thing to farm MP10 without paying a lot of gold for your build and for your items. And I think that MP10 can be done with the rapid fire build, as long as you sustain your one shot. Can be done with 150k DPS in a normal fashion, let's say a normal fashion, not perfectly, but a normal fashion. I suspect you're gonna die, but not too often, let's say. And I also recommend you to play party public games a lot more. Well, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.